Number 7, on our first reading passage, the narrator indicates that Claude and Wilfred, Irene and Viola, are. So this question is asking about a couple of the characters we meet that Lady Carlotta has unwittingly agreed to tutor. So she and Miss Corporal are driving to their mansion, and Lady Carlotta is learning about them a little bit. Let's take a look. This question, you get a lot of mileage out of the fact that these folk, these kids, these children, are only mentioned one time. So we go right to where they're mentioned. We don't have to dig at all for it because we remembered their character names. And let's read what Lady Carlotta is introduced to. Lady Carlotta was impressively introduced to the nature of the charge that had been thrust upon her. She learned that Claude and Wilfred were delicate, sensitive young people, that Irene had the artistic temperament highly developed, and that Viola was something or other else of a mold equally commonplace among children of that class and type in the 20th century. So I'm looking at that last phrase specifically, and I'm saying to myself, remember the question wanted us to look at specifically a comment the narrator was making about these children. This phrase right here, commonplace among children of that class and type in the 20th century, is not a comment a character in this story is capable of making. It's too much of an outsider's point of view. It feels very much like a narrator to me. So I'm going down back to my options here. And here it is. The narrator indicates that these children are similar to many of their peers. Well, similar, and they said commonplace among children of that class and type in the 20th century. Similar speaks to something similar. Unusually creative and intelligent. I don't think we get that indication from that quote. They said they are commonplace. Hostile to the idea of a governess. Now, this choice doesn't feel unreasonable when you think about children and someone telling them what to do, but not an idea that we see presented to us in those lines. We cannot pick C for that reason. More educated than others of their age. Again, something totally reasonable to assume because they're having someone live with them and teach them every day, but not something that the quote explicitly says, whereas it does say A, which is why we are circling it.